اللهم إنا نجعلك في نحور أعدائنا ونعوذ بك من شرورهم. اللهم بدد شملهم وفرق جمعهم وشتت كلماتهم وزلزل أقدامهم وسلط عليهم كلبا من كلابك يا قهار يا جبار يا منتقم يا الله يا الله يا الله. اللهم يا منزل الكتاب يا مجري السحاب يا هازم الأحزاب اهزمهم 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 وانصرنا عليهم.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Am I loud and clear? I hope I am. Let me see now. Let me adjust a few things. Let's see whether this works. Testing. Okay. Okay. I guess it works. Yeah. So, well, before I continue, I'm going to play Hind'S. How do I do this?
Yeah, the people they won't leave. What is threatening about divesting and want a piece? The problem isn't the protests, it's what they're protesting. It goes against what our country is funding. Block the barricade until Palestine is free. Block the barricade until Palestine is free. When I was 7, I learned a lesson from Cuban Eazy-E. What was it again? Oh yeah, fuck the police. Actors and badges protecting property in a system that was designed by white supremacy. But the people are in the streets. You could pay off Meta, you can't pay off me. Politicians who serve by any means. APAC, Kufi, and all the companies. You see, we sell fear around the land of the free. But this generation here is about to cut the strings. You could ban TikTok, take us out the algorithm, but it's too late. We've seen the truth, we bear witness. Seen the rubble, the buildings, the mothers and the children, and all the men that you murdered. And then we see how you spin it. Who gets the right to defend and who gets the right of resistance. It's always been about dollars and the color of your pigment. But white supremacy is finally on blast, screaming free Palestine to their home at last. We see the lies and claiming it's anti-Semitic to be anti-Zionist. I seen Jewish brothers and sisters out there inviting in solidarity and screaming free Palestine, with them organizing and learning and finally cutting ties with the state that's gotta rely on apartheid system to uphold an occupying violent history. Been repeating for the last 75. The Nakba never ended, the colonizer lied. If students' intents posted on the lawn, occupying the quad is really against the law, and a reason to call in the police and their squad. Where does genocide land in your definition, huh? Destroying every college in Gaza and every mosque, pushing everyone into Rafah and dropping bombs. The blood is on your hands, Biden, we can see it all. And fuck no, I'm not voting for you in the fall. Undecided, you can't twist the truth, the people out here united. Never be defeated when freedom's on the horizon. Yet the music industry's quiet, complicit in their platform of silence. What happened to the artist? What you gotta say? If I was on a label, you could drop me today. I'll be fine with it, cause the heart fed my page. I want a ceasefire, fuck a response from Drake. What you willing to risk? What you willing to give? What if you were in Gaza? What if those were your kids? If the West was pretending that you didn't exist, you want the world to stand up, and the students finally did. Let's get it.
Yep, and that's Hind'S. So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, brothers and sisters in Islam. Welcome to well, nothing to do whatsoever. Apologetics is more about my reaction to Macklemore's latest song, which is called Hind'S, which was actually named in honor of the Palestinian victim, one of the Palestinian victims of this Zionist onslaught by the name of Hind Rajab, who was murdered by those terrorists, Zionist Israel, when she was, trapped in a car with 6 relatives of hers, and made a call to a 911 call to the Palestinian Red Crescent Society. And while she was on call, the operator tried to calm her down and assured her that help was on the way. But then communications was cut off, and unfortunately, she was found dead. Unfortunately, she passed away with her 6 relatives, including the ambulance personnel that were dispatched to save her, to rescue her from the wreckage of her car, of the car that she was trapped in. So it was a very unfortunate incident, but that, I think, triggered what we are seeing now, what we are witnessing now in the US, and it's totally unprecedented because in all my life, in my 44 years of existence, I've never seen such a huge protest by university students in favor of Palestine, because for the past several decades or so, Americans have always stood behind Israel. But it seems the tide now has turned, and the pro-Palestinian movement is being emboldened. Alhamdulillah, he has been emboldened by the student support across all universities in America. Alhamdulillah. So this reaction of mine is a tribute to my personal tribute to those brave students who are right now encamped in universities across the United States. And it's also basically my reaction, my personal reaction to this beautiful song. I'm actually a hip hop fan, so when Macklemore released this song, this beautiful song, I was, of course, exhilarated, and I guess the word excitement doesn't really cover it. All right, so it was a blissful moment for me to when I heard this song, although it was only bits and pieces. So now I'm going to do a full reaction to this song, and you're going to see me in my hip hop gear shortly. I'm going to switch on the camera. Don't worry. But before we continue this, of course, as usual, cue in intro. So here I am in my hip hop style. All right. So yeah, I'm very excited today to publish or to react publicly to this latest song by Macklemore. Okay, which is titled Hind's Hall, and it's actually a tribute to the pro-Palestinian protesters in American universities right now. I haven't really been following what has been going on in those universities. The last time that I followed the news on this issue was that the universities were trying to remove, or were trying to get the encampments in their university grounds removed by the police. So you'll find that Macklemore actually mentioned this in his song, and the lyrics are really moving. So I'm going to play the song again. So earlier on, before I started this live stream, I played the audio version of the song. So what I'm going to do now is actually I'm going to share with you the I guess the unofficial music video of this song, which was recorded, I think, in a ad hoc manner. All right, it's not professionally done, obviously, but I think that is Macklemore's intention, to make it seem more natural, and to make it seem more social media like. Okay, so I'm going to respond to the lyrics, each line, each lyrics, each line, each word, each sentence in the lyrics of this song, and I'm going to make my comments in it, and you'll probably see me jumping for joy or even singing some of the lyrics in response. And yeah, before I continue, I should mention that this live stream right now is being shared across at least 3 of my platforms. So this live stream is not only being shared on the Muslim Apologists, it's also being shared on the Muslim Apologists on irreligion channel, and it's also being shared on Twitter. All right, so I'm not really sure whether Twitter's live streaming works for my live stream for StreamYard, but I'm just going to share it across anyways. So yeah, it's going to be very different from the live stream that I did yesterday. So this has nothing whatsoever to do with apologetics or religion. It's basically something that's going on right now, a world event that is happening right now, which touches the very core of my heart. And I feel that I need to respond. I need to show a response to this brutal and genocidal regime. So this is my way of responding, or basically giving the middle finger to Israel, the genocidal state, the terrorist state, the evil state of the world. It is basically the new Nazism of the world today. So without further ado, let's play the song. Okay. 1, 2, and go. Oops, Jewish brothers and sisters. Okay. 1, 2, and go. Yeah.
Yeah. The people, they won't leave. What is threatening about divesting and want a piece. The problem isn't the protest, it's what they're protesting. It goes against what our country is funding. Block the barricade until Palestine is free. Block the barricade until Palestine is free. When I was 7, I learned a lesson from Cuban Eazy-E. What was it again? Oh yeah, fuck the police. Actors and badges protecting property.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to have to comment on that. So the first stanza of the lyrics say, the people, they won't leave. What's threatening about divesting and wanting peace? I guess this is referring to the students. The problem isn't the protests, it's what they are protesting. It goes against what our country is funding. Wow, such beautiful lyrics. And then the lyrics continue. Block the barricade until Palestine is free. Block the barricade until Palestine is free. Wow, okay, this is so beautiful. When I was 7, I learned a lesson from Cube and Eazy-E. What was it again? Oh yeah, fuck the police. Oh yes, I love that one. Well, yeah, I've been I guess I do resonate with this particular lyrics. Yeah, fuck the police, because I have a very bad experience with the police, and I'll never forget that for the rest of my life. And I feel that the police deserve to be fucked. Yeah, I mean, fuck the police, man. I mean, the police are actually the dogs of the government, and the police do not have any conscience whatsoever. And I believe that this is not just applicable to the police in Malaysia, but it's also applicable to the police in the United States, or basically any police enforcement in the world today. And there's no such thing as an uncorrupt police force, because the police are basically people who are uneducated people who bow down to the will of the government, right? So yeah, fuck the police, man. Okay, I'm going to continue playing the song.
And a system that was designed by white supremacy. But the people are in the streets. You can pay off Meta, you can't pay off me. Politicians.
Oh yeah, you can pay off Meta, but you can't pay off me. Wonderful, wonderful. Awesome, man. Awesome. I just simply love the lyrics here. It's so very touching, and I think it's so applicable to me as well. Yeah. So anyway, I think the next part of the lyrics, Macklemore will be talking about what's happening with the politicians and so on. Yeah.
Served by any means, APAC, Kofi, and all the companies. You see, we sell beer around the land of the free, but this generation here is about to cut the strings.
Yeah, you see, we sell fear around the land of the free, but this generation here is about to cut the strings. Yeah, I think this is a reference to the student protests, and I salute the students, the American students, university students who are right now protesting in front of their halls, in front of their universities against the genocidal regime called Israel. You see, because Israel does not have any right whatsoever to exist. Okay, I mean, no genocidal state in the world today deserve any right whatsoever to exist. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to continue playing this again. Yeah, I'm really rocking the lyrics, man. I just love hip hop. You see.
The band TikTok take us out the algorithm, but it's too late. We've seen the truth, we bear witness. Seen the rubble, the buildings, the mothers and the children, and all the men that you murdered. And then we see how you spin it. Who gets the right to defend and who gets the right of resistance? It's always been about dollars and the color of your pigment. But white supremacy is finally on blast, screaming free Palestine to their homeland last. We see the lies and claiming it's anti-Semitic.
Okay, so the last part of the lyrics say, "You can ban TikTok, take us out of the algorithm." I guess this is a reference to the. I think there was a recent Congress passing of a law banning TikTok from the United States. Yeah, I mean the irony is there, right? Land of the free, home of the brave, but you're afraid of TikTok. So, and then the lyrics continue, but it's too late. We've seen the truth. We bear witness. Yeah, so this basically speaking about what's happening right now in Gaza. Seen the rubble, the buildings, the mothers and the children, and all the men that you murdered. And then we see how you spin it. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what's happening right now in the West. Okay. And I see this happening all the time in the West because, I mean, for me in Malaysia, we have no issues whatsoever with the media trying to spin things in favor of the Zionists because Malaysia is definitely pro-Palestinian, alhamdulillah. But it's just that when you go online, when you go to, news channels like Fox News or CNN or Sky, basically Western media, with the exception of Al Jazeera, you will find that things are often taken out of proportion and out of context. I mean, just look at Piers Morgan's show. You will find that, Piers Morgan, he just loves to justify the killing of innocent children and women in simply because he doesn't love Hamas. Huh? Okay. I mean, you can't blame Hamas for doing what they think is right because the right to resistance is the right of every nation in this world. It's not just limited to, Americans, because let's not forget that the Americans took up arms against the British in 1780s. Was it 1786? I'm not sure. I need to look up the history again. Yes, it's called the American Revolution, right? So if resistance against occupation is evil, then I think that the United States should just dismantle themselves and accept the fact that they should become a colony of Great Britain because your founding fathers took up arms against the Brits. Okay, let's not forget that. So back then, the American settlers, the American colonies who took up arms against the British were the terrorists, were Hamas, and the Brits were Israel defending themselves from the terrorism of the American colonists, okay, who wanted to be free from basically from British rule, right? So it's quite ironic that this kind of this history is lost. The irony is such that this history is lost upon Americans, and when Palestinians today take up arms to resist against the evils of the Zionist regime, you know what they call the Palestinians? They call the Palestinians terrorists, and that the Palestinians should just submit to the colonials, to the Israeli regime, simply because the Israelis own the land for whatever reason. Okay, which of course we know is false, because the Palestinians have been there for far longer than what we now know as Israel. Okay, so I'm going to continue playing the song. Oh my god, I'm really rocking this song, man. This song is so beautiful in terms of music and lyrics and the message that it sends. Wow, so fucking amazing.
To be anti-Zionists, I seen Jewish brothers and sisters out there and riding in solidarity and screaming free Palestine with the more.
Yeah, so this is something that I've noticed. I've noticed there's an upsurge of Jewish students, Jewish protesters going against this entity called Israel, which claims to represent all Jewry across the world. You see, so it's quite the it's quite the irony, or quite the how would I put it? Yeah, quite the irony that this illegal state called Israel claims that they are representative of world Jewry, and yet you find Jews, conscious Jews, Jews with a human conscience, rising up and standing against Israel. You see, so that is why Macklemore mentioned this. He said that we see the lies in them claiming it's anti-Semitic to be anti-Zionist, but I've seen Jewish brothers and sisters out there and riding in solidarity and screaming free Palestine with them. Okay, so this is the meaning of the message that Macklemore is trying to send. Okay.
Organizing and learning and finally cutting ties with the state that's got to rely on apartheid system.
Yeah, so this is one thing that I think Macklemore is quite brave to point out, in the sense that he calls out Israel's apartheid. Okay, he clearly is pointing to Israel and labeling Israel as an apartheid state, and I respect Macklemore for saying this out loud, because I don't think anyone else in the US, in the continental US, would actually dare to say out these words, because to accuse Israel of being an apartheid state is actually tantamount to being called yourself anti-Semitic. So I think it's quite brave of Macklemore to actually include this in his lyrics, and I respect him for this. Okay, I just wish that it was Eminem that was singing this song, because my personal favorite in the hip hop world is actually Eminem, because I've been following Eminem for almost as long as my life. Okay, so it's quite a shame really that Eminem has not come out with any lyrics or any music to show his support for the Palestinian cause. In fact, I'm not really sure what his position is with regards to the situation in Gaza, but Macklemore has my deep respect, because not only is he such a beautiful hip-hop artist, he actually came up with this song to protest against Israel's evil and genocidal tendencies, and I respect him for this. Macklemore, I have not really listened to your songs before. I do apologize for that, but now I'm your number one fan. I think I'm going to have to supplant Eminem for you instead. Okay, all right. So if you keep on coming out with music like this, I'm definitely going to switch to Macklemore instead of sticking to Eminem. So I'm going to continue playing this. All right, let me continue. All right. Okay, let's continue.
To uphold an occupying violent history been repeating for the last 75. The neck but never ended, the colonizer lied. If students' intents posted on the lawn, occupying the quad is really against the law. And a reason to call in the police and their squad where the genocide land in your definition high.
So he pointed this out, that if the students' intents posted on the lawn occupying the quad is really against the law, meaning is if the students who are now camping, making 10 encampments in the university grounds, are doing something which is against the law, and it's a good reason for the university authorities to call in the police and the squad and the personnel, which is the next line in the lyrics, and the reason to call in the police and the squad. Then if that's the case, where does genocide land in your definition? You see, so wow, this is very powerful lyrics. I mean, wow, it's mind blowing. I've never heard or I've never seen any Western artists doing this before. I mean, this is like the first time, man. Especially a hip hop artist like Macklemore. Okay, so I just wish that this was Eminem singing. Okay, okay, I'm gonna continue playing this.
Destroying every college in Gaza and every mosque. Pushing everyone in the Rafah and dropping bombs. The blood is on your hands, Biden, we can see it all. And fuck no, I'm not voting for you in the fall.
Yeah, I guess Biden just lost a vote. um, I'm not sure whether this guy could actually win anything, but I don't know. I mean, for me, let's talk a bit about American politics. So I think the other person, the other candidate that might actually win the presidency is actually going to be Donald Trump, and I don't know which is worse, is whether it's Biden or Trump. Because if either wins, then I don't think it's good for the US. You see, so I think Americans are going to have to figure this out for themselves as to whether they want to stick with a Republican or a Democrat president, because I think they're going to have to look for a third option. Okay, I don't think either Biden or Trump would be a good option for them at this point of time. Okay, I mean, Trump is definitely pro-Israeli, and Biden, as you can see, as we all know, is also pretty much leaning towards pro. I wouldn't call him pro-Israeli per se, but I think he's definitely an ally of Israel. So um, it's really difficult to actually consider either candidate as the next president of the United States, because either of them are going to bring doom to the United States anyway. So I think this is something that Americans are going to have to figure it out. And if you have a conscience, Americans, I think you're going to have to look for a third candidate, one who would bring some justice to the Palestinians, especially, right? Okay, so I'm going to continue playing this.
You can't twist the truth, the people out here united. Never be defeated when freedom's on the horizon. Yet the music industry's quiet, complicit in their platform of silence.
So here, Macklemore is calling out to to his fellow artist who has been silent, who has not been making any music or anything for that matter in protest of what's currently going on in Gaza. So this is where he said, you can't twist the truth. You can't twist the truth. The people out here united, never be defeated when freedom's on the horizon. Yet the music industry is quiet, complicit in their platform of silence. So this is very powerful lyrics. Okay.
Happen to the artist, what you gotta say? If I was on a label, you could drop me today. I'll be fine with it, cause the heart fed my page. I want a ceasefire, fuck a response from Drake.
Okay, I'm not really sure about what the context is when he said F a response from Drake. I think there's something very Americanish there, which I didn't follow. Okay, but he did say, what happened to the artist? What you got to say? If I was on a label, you could drop me today. I'll be fine with it because the heart fed my page. I want a ceasefire. So you see, as you can see, the lyrics here is very beautiful, and I mean, it's obvious that the world wants a ceasefire. The world wants the genocide to stop. The world wants Israel, the illegal state Israel, to stop whatever it is they are doing and retreat from Gaza. But sadly, I don't know whether this is even possible. But I mean, Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. So only God knows what will be happening in the next few days, I guess.
What you willing to risk? What you willing to give? What if you were in Gaza? What if those were your kids? If the West was pretending that you didn't exist, you want the world to stand up, and the students finally did. Let's get it.
Yeah. So I guess the song is coming to an end. So he said that what you're willing to risk, what you are willing to give. What if you were in Gaza? What if those were your kids? If the West was pretending that you didn't exist, you want the world to stand up. And the students finally did. Let's get it. Right. So he's referring to the university students who, has gone through the protests. And I salute the American students, university students, for standing up for Palestine, mashallah. You can see here there is some if you look at this image, this is the I think this is the encampment, the temporary tents in Rafah. Due to the Israeli onslaught, they had to flee the northern part of Gaza, of the strip, and retreat to the south. And this is where the children and the women of Gaza are currently residing. So I heard that there's some famine going on, and water supply is scarce, and food is food is very low. Food supply is in low volumes, and it might be causing a famine. I think it might trigger a famine, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, ceasefire now, man. Free Palestine. Yep. Such a beautiful song, man. Okay, so I guess my reaction ends here. So wow, that is mind blowing, man. I really enjoyed listening to the song. I wish I could play it again, but I guess if I do, then you guys will just be bored, and you guys will be bored and just go off my stream, right? So yeah, I think I have had enough excitement for today. So of course, before I go, I'll read the comments. Okay, so Brother Shaikh Safi, Walaikum salam warahmatullah. It's good to see you, mashallah. Brother Siko again, Walaikum salam warahmatullah. Good to see you again for the second time in a week, right? Because yesterday you were on, and alhamdulillah, you're also here today, right? Okay. Brother Siko again. Colonialists tend to call those who take up arms to resist the occupation and oppression this label. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I guess you could say one man's freedom fighter is another man's terrorist. Okay, but the thing is, if you look into history, you will find that nearly everyone, in fact, of those who rose up against their occupiers or against their oppressors, are almost always labeled as terrorists. Okay, I mean, there are so many terrorists in the world. Okay, like for example, like I mentioned earlier, the American colonists who started the American Revolution against the British. What about the French Revolution, where the people rose up against the royalty and brought down their ruler, King? I think it was King Louis the 18th, right? Or was it the 16th? I don't remember. What about what about the Russian Tsar Nicholas, who was also brought down during the Russian Revolution? Okay, I guess those who protested against the Tsar were terrorists as well. Okay, so and what about those who stood up against Hitler during World War II? Okay, the Allied forces going against Hitler, are they also terrorists for standing up against Hitler? Okay, because whatever Hitler does in his country is basically none of the Allied business. Okay, I mean, I know that he glassed the Jews, but that's not the point. The point is that he's the legitimate ruler of Germany, of World War II Germany, and therefore, if you were to follow the hypocritical standards of the West today, then I guess that would mean anyone who went against Hitler were terrorists. You see, so yeah, I know that he glassed the Jews. Okay, so and then the irony is that the Jews that were glassed, they banded together and they called themselves Zionists, and they were transported to a land called Palestine. They took over that land, and they themselves become the oppressors against the innocent inhabitants, original inhabitants of the land called Palestine. Do you see the irony in this? And if you look into history, you look into my country's history, you'll find that there were many many Malay Muslim warriors who stood up against the British, against the Portuguese, against the Dutch, against the Japanese. They were all branded terrorists. Okay, but today we Malaysians, we honor them by naming our schools, our roads, our buildings after them. You see, so yeah, I mean, like I said, one man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter. So yeah. So I've never considered Hamas to be terrorists. In fact, I would say that the IDF are terrorists. Okay. Oh, Brother Umar is here. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah, brother. Good to see you. MashaAllah. This track is so powerful that the city can't hold us. Okay. I get it. I do get it. Yep. I do get it. Yeah. Mass respect for how Macklemore used the background music for one of Fairuz's most famous songs. Oh, I didn't know that. That he used one of Fairuz's songs. Okay. I'm going to have to listen to it again, maybe, perhaps after the live stream. Okay. So yeah, I guess that's my reaction, and I'm very glad that I did the reaction today. And yeah, it's not meant. This is not meant to be a long rant. Okay, like unlike yesterday. Okay, it's just basically going to be my reaction, my hip hop reaction to this beautiful music by Macklemore, Hind'S, in honor of Macklemore's music, and also in honor of Hind Rajab, and in honor of the university students who are now currently protesting against against their universities for investing into the genocidal state. Okay, so yeah. Okay, I think Brother Omar has something to say. Oh yeah, to add on to what you said about the terrorist thing, it can be another person's troubled teenager dealing with mental issues. Yeah, I will agree with you on that. Yeah, definitely, most definitely, brother. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's a wrap, right? So there's nothing much for me to comment. I've already played the song twice. Okay. The first time I played it was just the audio clip, and then just a moment ago, I've already played the I guess music video, the unofficial music video version of it, even though it is uploaded on Macklemore's channel. Okay, and I've given my reaction to it, and I really enjoyed the song, and I'm going to make this my official anthem for the rest of the month. Okay, in fact, I'm going to turn it into my ringtone. Okay, I'm going to download this song. I'm going to try to get some snippets of it, of the more powerful lyrics, and I'm going to add it to my phone as a ringtone. So I'm going to dance to it. I'm going to dance to the beat. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. With that, fuck Israel, free Palestine, free Palestine. Okay. And yeah, thank you very much for watching my reaction video, I guess. And yeah, I hope to see you again in a future live stream. And if you like my reaction video to this song, please do give a thumbs up to my video, to my live stream. If you would like to, subscribe to my channel, please do so. Okay, if you have not subscribed already, if you want to, perhaps show your support for the channel, for future productions of this channel, inshallah, perhaps you could, give me, or you could provide some donations, or yeah, you just join the channel as a paid member, inshallah. And yeah, I always welcome your presence here, and I do appreciate your presence here. And because without you, there will not be the Muslim approach. Basically, I'll be just a random individual talking to myself on screen with a mic. Okay, I won't be the Muslim apologist without you. And with that, thank you very much. I'll see you again in a future live stream. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.